Hi guys, it's been a while since the last video, apologies for that, but we're back with some more adventures in the National League North with Bradford Park Avenue. In the last video, we followed up our cup win in the FA Trophy second round by beating Hereford 2-0 at home. Ricky Donaghy on the score sheet twice. Let's see what we've been doing since then, and it's been pretty good overall. The next one, Rushall. We had a good run of fixtures against teams at the lower reaches of the table. Rushall, just the one goal, a penalty on 82 minutes from Baker Richardson. That was enough to get the job done. Flavel has been playing well after coming in originally and having a few problems. Much so that it's keeping skipper Tom McCauley out of the team and on the bench after he recovered from his broken hand. As you can see here, Flavel 7.3, Ngoy 7.3, McGee, another young player who's playing well, and Donaghy, the man of the match, with 7.4. Baker Richardson coming on, of course, and getting the penalty in the 82nd minute. We dominated the game, 1.93 XG, and we really should have scored before that. Nothing much to show from Rushall, who are near the foot of the table, just 0.17 XG. So, yes, we won the game narrowly, but we should have done better. Scott playing up front, Donaghy out on the right. He didn't do as well as he had been when he's been coming on a sub. We moved on from that one to Kidderminster at home, and it was again another 1-0 win. Defence playing well. Flavel 7.6, Sam 7.2, Softly 7.3, Barrett 7.1. McGee not as good. Must be feeling the pressure a little bit of a few games and was withdrawn in this one. Those midfield three, Fielding, Hinchy and Greenwell, are proving a good partnership in there. So much so that we've hardly missed Fiora, who's been out injured. And Ngoy getting the goal on 57 minutes, and he was the man of the match for that, 8.6. A rare off day for Donaghy. New signing Westwood came on as sub and played on the left side. Of course, yet to score, but not as clear this one. Pretty fortunate, really. Not much in it, as you can see by the XG and the shots on target. As usual, dominating the possession, and another narrow win. We then went to a tough game against Scunthorpe there in the playoffs, and we got a late goal to earn a point coming from Trusty, who came on as sub at 90+2. It looked like we were going down to the penalty from Rowe. Flavel again playing well, 6.9, but defensively not so good. 6.6 Barrett, 6.5 Softly, 6.4 Sam, 6.5 McGee. Pretty off day for us, but we gained a point, probably one that we shouldn't have got. If you look at the XG, 2.19 for them, and they only scored one. Much of that down to Flavel making some good saves. Unbeaten run continues. We then had Lowestoft in the FA Trophy third round. I went and watched a game. Lowestoft were playing Carlisle in the FA Cup, and I watched that one, and they got narrowly beaten 3-2 after extra time. They're thinking, lovely, extra time. They'll be a bit low, will Lowestoft of fitness, but looked at a few of their players, and suddenly, a few days later, they seem to recover full fitness. When our players, if they play 2 games in a few days, they're down on the knees. Funny that the AI teams can recover. Easy game, this one. We were well on top. Only 0.27 XG and 2 shots on target for them. Again, look at Flavel, 7.4, Barrett, 7.4, Sam, 7.8. Tate came in. We replaced McGee at left back with Tate. It seems to have been flagging a little bit. Too many games probably for a guy who's only 16. He's just turned 17 now. And we've given a professional contract to him, a 3-year contract, to ward off anybody who was probably trying to pinch him. In this game, Fielding missed a penalty, a poor penalty straight at the keeper on 17 minutes. A few minutes after that, Donaghy from Ngoy's cross made it 1-0. Sam's then from Fielding's corner, the set piece working again, made it 2-0. The second half was pretty poor. The XG was just about right on this, 2.08 to 0.27. The last game that we played was 2-1 at home to Lancaster. They are bottom of the league, and this was a game of 2 halves. We played well in the first half. Donaghy opening the scoring from the edge of the box. He smashed one in. After that, Fielding with a penalty, making up for the penalty he missed in the cup match, putting this one away, no bother, straight down the middle. And 2-0 after 35 minutes. Thought we were going to win this one very easily, but second half, they came back into it and eventually got a goal in the 4th minute of added time to make it 2-1. We saw the game out. And Donaghy, 7.7, the man of the match. 10 games now he's got the man of the match for, and that is a record. He's taken that one off Trusty. He's playing really well this season. I think he's got about 15 goals and 8 assists. He's keeping Westwood and Baker Richardson out of the team. Baker Richardson's got 10 goals this season and can't get in the team. Playing really, really well. So unbeaten since the last game against Hereford. Let's just have a look at the league. We are 9th, 37 points from 23 games. Played a game more than some of the sides around us. You see Guiseley in the last playoff position there, 3 points in front of us. They've got a game in hand. So we're there or thereabouts. Things are going really well. We're not scoring too many goals, but we're not conceding many at all. On team strengthening, we've looked at a couple of players. That game I went to watch at Carlisle, where Lowestoft played in the FA Cup. I noticed a player for them who looked at him and he was available for loan, but wanting too much money for his wages at Carlisle. Really good player, would have fitted in nicely for us, but again, we can't afford to pay £700 wages on loan players. Would have been nice if we could have got on a free or very little wages. Regarding team, let's just have a look at the squad. We've had a bit of moan from Jacob Mensah. He just wasn't getting a game, and as you can see, he played 6 and 2 subs. 6.56, not good enough when he played. He's likely to be on his way. He's put a transfer request in. Baker Richardson, not asking for a transfer, but he's saying he's going to retire at the end of the season. I've asked him to reconsider because he is definitely a good backup to have. Could do with his experience about. He's going away and think about that. So today's game, let's have a look how we're lining up against Kettering for this one. We're resting a few players. This is the Saturday. We played on Thursday. We're in the Christmas run-up. We played Boxing Day, the last game, and this is a couple of days later. So Flavel keeps his place in goal. The same back four: Barrett at right back, Softly and Sams, and Tate is in at left back. We're resting Sam Fielding, so Greenwell moves to the deep line playmaker, and Fura comes in. He can play for 75 minutes. Hinch has been playing well as a Mazzala. The other change we made: Westwood gets his first start as a striker. He's played on the left and on the right. And Goy and Trusty, they're being regulars on the wing position. Trusty as an inside forward. On the bench, Tom McCauley. Jamie McGee, as I said, just signed a new contract for another 3 years. Sam Fielding, Ricky Donaghy drops to the bench. We're giving him a rest. And Baker Richardson. So we're going in cautious to start with. Our usual 4-3-3. See if we can continue our unbeaten run against Kettering. So the pre-match team talk. One of the statements on here is absolutely impossible. The second one down, we could move into a playoff spot with a win here. We cannot move into a playoff spot. Guiseley have got a goal difference of 20 and we've got one of 2. So unless there's a massive score, that's not going to happen. Anyway, we're going to go with what Gianluca Haven has said. We're going to pump fist and say we're on a good run lately. Let's go out there and impress me. That's absolutely no response whatsoever from the players other than the fact that they're composed, most of them. Tate and Barrett, the fullbacks, are normal. Let's get into this game then. Let's see how Kettering are lining up. Probably a 4-4-2. We actually won against a 4-4-2 recently, so we may have sorted that one out. We're in such good form, we're not bothered how the opposition line up. So let's kick off then, skip the formalities, and we're into this game against Kettering. They are the favourites, being at home and the higher placed team. Nothing much happening so far. They're 5-4, we're 15-8. But we have the better form. We've won 4 and drawn 1 of our last 5 games. They've won 2 and drawn 3. So they're unbeaten in the last 5 as well. Here comes the first highlight. Rain coming down as usual. That's a long kick, but straight to Barrett, who knocks it back into midfield. Westwood wins the header out to Goy down the right, plays it in. He gives away possession so much, does Fred. And if we could stop him doing that, then we might have even more possession. Westwood's up for this one. He's charging in. Tackle there. And really wants to make an impression now. He's got this striker berth. Here's Goff. Flavel doesn't come for that. And it's an easy tap in for Casey. Flavel hesitated there. Should really have come for that. But nobody marking Goff in the middle. Was it Goff or Casey? Whoever the man was in the middle. Let's have a look. You know, it's Goff that puts the ball in. There, Flavel comes and then goes back. But Casey running onto that. And Sams lets him go. And a poor goal to give away. And the first effort of the game, a 1.01. Oh, we've had 2 shots for that. But let's have a shout because we're not doing well at all here. Demand more. And we've done nothing. 1 shot, nothing on target. And we're going to get to half-time with just that 1 highlight. Number of players at Carillion bookings, who cares? Well, we have Westwood has got booked, Trusty's got booked, Fiora's got booked. Are we on going hard? Let's have a look. Out of possession, yeah, get stuck in. Let's take that off. That must have been from the previous game. I'm disappointed we're not creating enough, we're not positive enough. I'm going for that one. Point finger, and that's motivated several players, but we've got several players off form. We're not going to make any changes just yet. Let's see if the motivating team talk has done anything. They've brought a sub on at half time, and it's their highlight throw in. And rain still pouring down here in Kettering. Taylor on the wing, on the right, but Tate steps in and gets that one to Sams. It's going to be our highlight possibly. Back to Flavel. Flavel, what's he going to do? He's going to knock it long. He's making his mind up. Knocks it into midfield where Ngoy doesn't bother going for it, and they've got the ball again, so it's an end-to-end highlight this. And Marcon gets past Barrett pretty easy there and crosses in. Here's Goff in the middle. Nobody challenges, and what is Sam's doing? He's having a poor game. 6.7. He looks a bit unfit as well. Poor condition. And 54 minutes. I'm going to have a look to make some changes here. 6.8 Barrett, 6.5 Softly. Softly's not been doing as well recently. Trusty 6.4, Westwood 6.4. Yeah, Westwood's had his chance, I'm afraid. Donaghy's going to have to come on. That didn't last long, his rest. Defensively, we're not doing too bad, but we're not getting anything at all. We're going to change to balanced from cautious. And we're going to keep at that for now. We'll just bring Donaghy on for now and continue at that. We've only had 1 shot, 0.16 XG. Inchy struggling. We've got a few struggling. We have got a bit of momentum in the game. Let's have a shout and fire up. And we've got back in the game, but there's no highlights. We've only had that 1 shot. Oh, we've just had 3 and 2 on target now. 82 minutes, but the game's going away from us. Inchy very poor. Greenwell very poor. Sam's poor. I've played Fiora longer than he should have done. So all the midfield wants changing, and we've got 2 subs. I'm going to leave Fiora on. I'm taking a risk here. I'm going to bring Fielding on for Greenwell. We're going to take Hinchy off, but how are we going to do that? We're going to put Baker Richardson on for Hinchy and put him up front with Donaghy. So we're going 2 up front. So we're going for it. We're going to go positive. We've got to try and get a goal back here. So let's see if we can get something, or will they get another goal? Not long left and nothing is happening. Any shouts? Can't make a shout. Yes, I can. Demand more. But it's not happening. 3 minutes of added time. Not much in the game at all. Just that 1 goal that we gave them early in the game. And we just didn't do anything at all. Barrett and Fiora with 7. But some poor performances there. Softly. 6.4. We just didn't show up at all. They had 1 shot on target and scored. So it's a defeat. The run comes to an end. Away game against a team around us in the league. Just 1 mistake and we couldn't create enough. We lost to a better team on the day, although they didn't do much attacking wise. They got the goal and sat on it by the look of it. So we've got problems again. Let's see where we are in the league after that one. We've gone 6 points behind 7th place now. Guiseley have won and moved up to 6. Spennymoor have a game in hand. Matlock have a game in hand. So we could go down to 10th after the game in hand. We've got the cup game. I didn't mention, did I? In the cup, we are playing top of the National League in the next round. It is a home game, so we do have a slight chance. We're playing Maidstone on the 18th of January. FA Trophy 4th round. As I say, they are top of the league. They've only lost 5 games this season and topped the National League by 2 points. So going to be a tough game, and I'm going to come back for that one. be another defeat you'll be able to watch, but who knows. Just a word before we leave on the finances. Due to the good cup run, we have made a profit this season of 33,000. This particular month we are down 33,000. We could do with a good crowd for that Maidstone game. Who knows, we might get 4 figures. So that's it for now. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a like, and look forward to seeing you next time. For now, this is Dave Dog. Goodbye.